Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing us how to make this combat shorts. So if this is something you're interested in, please keep watching. And yeah guys, this is the fabric we will be working with, the tape, and I'll just go ahead and drop the scissors, of course, favorite green scissors. So yes, we'll just jump right into the tutorial. First thing I'm doing is to mark out the line that I would be using to place all of my other measurements, and the next thing I would want to do is to go ahead and take my so next I'm going to take out 9 inches, which is going to serve as my hip point, and then I will draw a line across to the other end just to indicate that this is a point I will be placing my measurement. And when this is done, I would go ahead to take the measurement for my crotch points and then also the measurements for the length of the shorts, because I don't intend for these shorts to be quite long. So for the crotch point, I'm using about 13 inches for the crotch points measurements. So I would go ahead like I did earlier to draw a line across just to indicate, so I can easily place my measurements on each of these sides and not have different points, so I don't have issues later. So the length I'll be working with for this short is about 17 inches. I don't need it to be long, so it's about 17 inches long, and I'll just go ahead and do that. And now I will just go ahead to place my measurement. So because this is going to be a combat shot, it is not expected to be firm on your body. I need to have some space, like a breather. So I would be adding about 5 inches to my initial measurements. So let's take for instance, if my hip measurement is like 40, obviously divided by 4, then that's like 10. But instead of placing 10 measurements, I would now go ahead to place 15 so that it can be wide enough for me, just the way I want it. And then I would now go ahead to connect it to the crotch point and take about 3 inches in front of the crotch point where I would be making my crotch curve. I would just go ahead and do that. Then for the waistline as well, I'm going to add extra inches to it. So I'll just take that measurement I have on my hip down upward and make a curve from the crotch point about 3 inches outward. And when this is done, I would then draw a line, slant it downward, just as you can see me do in the video. And this is my measurement for the front piece. And yeah, so because I needed to have like a shape and not just be very straight, I would just go ahead and make a curve at this point down to the end of the fabric. And yeah, this is basically it. So when this curve is done, you see it now looks like you have a hips, because of course you have a buttocks. So yeah, this is what the back piece, the front piece looks like. And I would just go ahead and cut out this. So yeah, this is what the front piece looks like. I'm just going to go ahead and place this front piece on another folded fabric so that I can cut the back piece. So now what I'm going to do is, because of the buttocks, the butts, I'm just going to go ahead and in front, make sure there is like 2 inches in front where the curve is, and I'm just going to go ahead and trim out the same measurements that I have in the front piece, but of course making sure that there's a difference in the front and the upper part of the shorts. I would make sure that the back piece is higher than the front piece so that it can sit comfortably on our back. So I'm just going to go ahead now to ensure that there is 2 inches extra in front of the fabric like I am doing now, and then I would go ahead and trim this out for us to see. Please note that for the upper part you try to ensure that there is about about half inches or up to 1 inch, then you make it slant to the other side and then cut it out. So I'm just going to go ahead to label it F for front and B for back so that when I am joining it, it can be easy and I don't have to make any form of mistake. So this is going to be the pockets for this combat. So what I did is I'm going to take about 10 inches uh, long for the width of this pocket. I'm taking about 10 inches. Then I will go down with about 8 inches or thereabouts for this depth. That's how deep I want the pockets to be. And then when I place these measurements, please note that the fabric is also folded into two. So when I place this measurement, I'm just going to go ahead to cut out the pockets for this fabric. So remember I said it was going to be a combat short, so it's going to have like those combat pockets as well as the regular pockets you have in your trousers. So I'm just going to go ahead now to cut that out, and then I would just show us what it's going to look like when it has been cut out. So this is like the easiest combat pockets that you can actually develop. So when this is done, of course you can see that I'm splitting this into two because of the way it's going to be placed directly on the fabric. And I think I should have used another different color of fabric for the pockets, but maybe in the next tutorial so that we can understand better. So what I'm going to do is um, show us the cover for this pocket. So this upper part, I will just use it as a cover for the pocket. So I'm just going to place it just like you can see on top like this, and then fold the upper parts like this so it looks like a cover exactly. So when this is folded into two, what I will do next is to sew the sides of these pockets closed together and then join the under to my main fabric. I'm just going to go ahead and do this on the fabric so that we can understand better. So yeah, this is what it's going to look like when it is placed on the pockets. I'll just illustrate on the fabric and show us first. So for my shorts, I had gone ahead to join the sides because the emphasis is not on the normal pocket. I think I have a tutorial on the normal pockets. I had already done this here. So because the emphasis is on the combat pockets, I have gone ahead to join the sides of the fabric and I did not join the crotch points. Please note that I did not join the crotch points so that it will be easy for me to place the combat pockets on it. So I would open the fabric this way. Note that the sides are joined but the under is opened, and then I would bring that pocket that I had cut out earlier. Yes, I'll bring this now and place it on top just beneath the regular pockets. So what I would do next is to go ahead and sew the sides of these pockets, the three sides of these pockets, the left sides and then the down to the fabric. And then for this cover, separately join the sides of this one separately, not on the fabric. I'll join it separately and then come down and join the under part of this fabric to the pockets to the fabric. So yes, I had gone ahead to join the main pocket. You can see what it looks like. So I will just go ahead now to sew the cover on top of the on top of this pocket. So I'll just sew this down part like this. I'll sew the down parts and then top stitch it so that it can sit comfortably, just like this. I'll just go ahead and do this and bring what it looks like for us to see. So here guys, I have gone ahead to join it and you can see the cover exactly. So yes, this is our combat shorts and I'm sure that this is already making a lot of sense. But remember that the waist is not done yet and I would be using an elastic for the waistband because my waist is about 30 inches and I added some extra inches to it, of course, so you can see how wide it is. So what I'm going to do now is to just cut out the length of this waist and then bring I'm using about 2.5 inches fold, so I'm going to cut a fabric that's about 5 inches wide so that when I put it on fold it's going to be like 2.5 inches. So this is what I did and I will just sew this round. So what I'll do is create an opening and pass my elastic through it. So I had gone ahead to do this and I'll just hold this and stitch it around the entire shorts, and that is basically it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching. See you in my next tutorial. Bye.